Hey guys, it's Brick Thunder, and today we're going to be unboxing, setting up, and doing a demo of the Lowe's Halloween 2023 Pneumatic Clown. Alright, so first of all, huge thank you to Lowe's for sending me this guy. This thing is incredible. I love their pneumatic items this year. I think that is such an awesome achievement for retail. I actually did a full video on that if you want to check that out, although I will be mentioning a lot of those topics in today's video as well. Okay, so if you don't know, I was able to see the Lowe's Halloween 2023 lineup. Early, I did a video on that of a full walkthrough of all their animatronics. So I have seen this along with the other items I will be unboxing very soon. But it's amazing. In person, it was great, and I can't wait to see it here at the house, and I can't wait to test it out because I have the air compressor ready, and as soon as this is set up, we're going to do the demo. But first, we do have to unbox it, so here we go. Now this is a marketing sample, which means this is not the box that we're going to see that he's shipping in. If you go to my main Lowe's video, you're going to actually see what his box looks like. But for many of these items, they're samples, so the packaging might be different, the boxes might be different, but on the released ones, it'll be different. So, oh my gosh, this is amazing. So this is so professional already. It actually smells like a professional animatronic, but overall, these things are built the exact same, which is really cool for retail, especially for the first year of retail pneumatics. So this is a foam latex head, as you can see, and you can see the foam filling right there. That looks like a professional animatronic right there, just foam filled with the metal directly inside, which is awesome. I love that. They're also all steel, which is great. That is definitely what you want to see on something that's pneumatic. So we have some arms here. Arm and a hand there. This one, the snap block's not on. This one it is. That's why it has the joint here. But these things are crazy reinforced. Look at that. All of the welding there, all of the support, and it's got a huge bolt going through it. This thing is not going to fall apart. And these hands are also foam-filled latex as well. As you can see, squishy as well. Next, we have some foam right here. Maybe for the arms, maybe somewhere else. Not too sure on that yet. Next, we actually have the rest, pretty much. So this piece is big and heavy. This is, yeah, everything else out of the box. So I'm going to move the box in a second so we can see this in a little more detail. But there it is. That is everything. We have a adapter box with some, oh yeah, zip ties and springs. These I will show you what to do with. These go on the back, although it looks like they already have this zip tied on, so not sure how much we're going to be doing with this. On the released ones, there are some steps. But as you can see, most of it's already assembled, which is great. Here's the control box. Now, this is different depending on the company. So this is an SVI control box for a pneumatic animatronic. As you can see, air hose right here included is a large air hose extension. Goes directly in there, goes through a regulator, which you can see right there. I did read on the box, you need a air compressor that can minimum do 50 PSI. And then that's gonna run through these hoses right here. The hoses run to the clown and go straight to that cylinder. And I will definitely try to show the cylinder of all of these pneumatics very well, because they're great cylinders. They are not cheap at all. And then we have the adapter already connected right here. So yeah, it doesn't seem like we're doing much with that box. But that's what it looks like, and like I said, different companies look different. So the techie one, which is the Gramps, looks very different. Here is his collar, which we will put on with the head. But then here is the actual clown. So let's see this inside. There it is. Now, first of all, it has a foam padding under it. Now, I believe this is exactly what the released ones will be. So unless this was added on, that should be on all of them, which is really cool actually, because you don't want something like this bouncing on a hard floor that you want to keep nice. This would definitely scratch it up. But with that, you're pretty safe. It is all steel down here. You can tell it's really nicely done. The welds look great. It's got the cylinder in here, and it has a spring for when the cylinder pulls back. So it's not going to be super jerky. It's actually going to have some give to it, which is going to be really nice and make it more lifelike. But yeah, that's a pretty nice cylinder. That is the second largest to the girl, and then the zombie has the smallest ones. But yeah, really mainly set up already. There's one more piece right here, which is the arm that was not attached, but it's only a few pieces. So let's get to the quick and easy setup. Here we go. All right, so first thing we want to do with the setup here is actually attach the arms and the foam to the shoulders. So we're going to slide this foam down like that, and then they're actually using a new system here. So what we want to do, we want to get this in the clothing so we can slide that down in a bit. But what they're doing different is they're actually, so first, snap locking it in like this. So now that's snap locked in, but now what we want to do with the new system here is actually tighten this bolt in the back, which is just going to lock the other side of the pull in, so there's no wiggling, and this thing is not going to come loose, especially if this is really tightened. That thing is extremely secure. And then we can slide the clothing up like this and get this end exposed, so then we can attach our hand, which has the same exact system going on down here. Making sure the thumb is facing in, we can snap lock that in, and then like I said, same system, we can tighten this bolt at the bottom. All right, and then once we do that, we can just slide the clothing right over like this onto the hand, and that completes the first arm. Looking really good too. I love the foam inside, definitely helps a lot. So next, we can do the exact same thing over here. First, let's get that foam right onto this arm, and then same system of steps over on this side. Now we can slide the clothing up so we can attach the hand here, and we can adjust this up here as we need to. It'll be a bit easier at the end. But let's get this pole exposed so then we can attach the hand. And then we're doing the exact same thing again. Pull in and then tighten. And then we can just adjust this ruffle right here to be around the hand, and that completes this arm as well. I do like how they're in different positions. I think that's great instead of just exactly the same angle. So with the head, there's no snap lock at all. They want this to be extremely secure. So what they did is they attached two bolts right here, and these are going to unscrew a bit so we can slide this on. And then those bolts are both going to tighten on either side, so this thing is never coming off. All right, I have both bolts fully tightened, and look at that. There is no wiggle at all on that head now. Really, really cool. So next, what we want to do is actually Velcro this clothing up, and then to cover all of this, we're just going to add the collar here. So the collar just Velcros on. There's one in the middle that attaches up here to the neck, and then there's one down here that attaches to the Velcro on the clothing. And then the other two just come around back here and attach around the neck, just like that. So that pretty much completes his setup. Other than adjusting stuff, getting everything perfect, this thing is pretty much done. So there it is. Now all we have to do is attach the air. So let's go to his demo. Now, one thing I did want to mention is what I didn't show during the setup was this piece, and that was what was included with the adapter box here. So as you can see, there's just a spring right here, and that you're going to attach with a bolt, and then the zip ties are just for holding this plastic covering on, just for safety. You don't want any cloth getting stuck in there. All right, he's hooked up to the air and ready to go. Let's turn him on. Okay, so there it was. This thing is insanely fast. I do not remember it looking like this in the store. Don't remember it looking like this in the video. You really just have to see it. And I'm not sure if the release ones are a bit faster, but it seems like it. And if not, this guy is just amazing. You really have to see it in person. This thing is definitely one of, if not my favorite, of my life-size clowns. Probably my favorite. And this thing is just awesome. The quality is perfect. This is exactly what I would want on a pneumatic animatronic. Definitely not something I see breaking easily at all. And the nice thing about pneumatics is if something breaks, it's not like a ton of little gears and motors that you can't find easily. This is just a standard cylinder that you can get anywhere. So that's pretty cool too. Overall, this thing is awesome. The quality, like I said, great. The movement I actually really enjoy. A lot of people thought it would just be a pop up and pop down, which is what I thought too based on the description, but I'm glad it's not. I think it actually works really well with the laughter, the way it kind of syncs up with that laughter going back and forth. I think his look is great. Speaking of the laughter, I think his audio is great, music is catchy, and his laugh is good. And overall, really happy with the materials they chose to use. A full steel build is definitely needed for pneumatics, so glad they went with that. And then also happy about the foam latex parts. You don't want something this fast to be sharp on the hand, so definitely glad they did that. But they are very solid still. It's not something that's just going to wiggle so much that it breaks itself. And it feels like they actually have a wire in there as well, just like pro companies do. Not 100% sure on that, but that's what it feels like. And then the head being that harder foam-filled latex, definitely good as well. And I really like the connections on this thing. Definitely not coming out very easily. All right, so this guy is only $330, cheaper than even some just normal life sizes nowadays, and it's pneumatic. And pneumatics you usually see for thousands. So something like this being $330 is 100% worth it, and I would totally recommend it. It's also a great starter prop. If you're not into pneumatics yet, but want to be, something like this is great. It's one cylinder, and there's really nothing you can mess up. The setup is very simple. The whole mech is already built, so it's not like anything there is going to mess up with a bad setup. And the control box is also extremely easy to use. You literally just plug it in the air. The built-in regulator will keep it from destroying the cylinder, and then everything else is automated. So definitely a great starter piece if you're trying to get into pneumatics. So overall, would 100% recommend this thing. This thing is awesome. Definitely one of my favorite props I own now. Out of all the retail things, this thing definitely stands out. So again, huge thank you to Lowe's for sending me this guy. And thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.